Good evening, everybody. It's Andrew Frazier here with the Ultimate Driving Range Championship. We have another exhibition match. We do have Carson from Team Car Keys working on the name still here tonight. Rob, so we have two captains and we have two potential players that are looking to join the league. We have Vinny Padilla and Winson Sharps. So we're gonna do a little exhibition. We're gonna try our season format. They're gonna play 3 matches. It's gonna be 6 holes at a time. The first one is going to be an alternate shot. Then we're gonna go to a net stroke play. Then we're gonna go to a gross match play, and those two will be one-on-one. Our teams for tonight are gonna be Carson and Winson facing off against Rob and Vinny. We're gonna see if we get any natural chemistry going on between these players tonight so they can figure out their draft order. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe if you guys want to follow along as we do this inaugural season. Hit the bells to get the notifications and comment below what other formats you guys want to see us playing. Good luck to everybody and hope we make you guys smile. So Winson and Carson are getting ready to start us off tonight. With this alternate shot format, what we've decided to do, they are going to be hitting alternate shots, so each player on each team will hit 1 by 1, and they're going to swap each hole on the tee box. So there is an element of strategy here. You want to make sure and do your best to line up long hitters on par 5s, people with better irons on par 3s, and Winson gets us kicked off here. Has a little bit of a drop kick, but you know what? He still just carried that because we have a nice tailwind blowing tonight. Solid 279-yard carry, and that gives Carson a very nice wedge in. If I had to guess, this is probably a gap wedge here for Carson at 124 yards out. A nice middle back pin here. He's got plenty of green, no forced carry. This is a good start for these two. And a beautiful shot.
Come on now.
Is it gonna go long? No, it looks like Carson had the number almost to a tee, taking in the wind of the account. A little fun fact for everybody, Carson and Winson tonight, they were here about an hour early. They went out and played a few holes on the actual golf course here at Dobson Ranch to warm up. Vinny and Rob stayed over here and actually played on the top tracer, warmed up on the range. Comment below who you guys think had the better warm-up routine. Let us know. We're gonna see tonight how well this all translates. Winson stepping up. He's got about 14 feet for birdie, depending on what target he goes at. Looks like Winson was electing to go for one of the deeper targets, which is a smart move if you are comfortable with that distance. He just snuck it in there. So to tell all of you guys about that at home, the 14 feet that he had was at a 74-yard target. He elected to go for a 140-yard target. Because Carson got him so close, they had a nice big landing zone for birdie, and he decided to go risk reward. You have a bigger target when you aim further out, and that surely paid off right there. Rob, who's been in a bunch of our matches, stepping up to hit first for Team Rob Padilla. He did recently break his driver, so we're going on week 2 here where the longest club he's got's a 3-wood. Luckily for him, he is the longest hitter that we have in the field tonight. They are playing from the tips. This course rated 7,400 yards. That is not gonna hurt him. It should get over those trees. Down when a big gust of wind picked up in his backswing. The rough won't slow him down too much. He's at almost an identical spot to where Carson and Winson were. Like I mentioned, downwind, downhill. He did just outdrive Winson with a 3-wood, but not a big deal. Vinny is hands down the finesse player of this duo. Vinny loves the 100-yard shot, so this one's a little longer than that, but it shouldn't be any problem. Vinny too, great example of tempo for all you kids out there. If you guys want to see, as much as it hurts me to say because I hate slow golf, it pays off when you know exactly where the ball's going. That looks really good. The wind did settle down, so he sent it a little long. Pretty much identical distance to what Winson and Carson both had on the last one. So now we've got Rob with a slightly smaller target, so it must have been a little bit outside of what they were. But still, Rob is no slouch either. He's been playing top tracer with us for a few weeks now, and he is dialed in. We'll see how his wedges are looking tonight. A lot of deliberation going between the two teammates here. Looks like they're electing, typically as a team, they like to go for the 100-yard target. Looks like they're going for that one. It's a nice, safe play. It'll be slightly bigger than 10 feet. Looks good. As long as there's not a little wind, though.
Have it, nope, short.
Oh, you guys were going for a deeper target.
Yeah.
I had that one wrong. I thought you were going for the blue. All right, so through one hole, Carson and Winson are now 1 up. I guess they're 1 under par, so they're 1 ahead of these two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Winson realizing what exactly
hey,
happened.
You guys are getting 4 strokes. Okay? Simmer down over there. Simmer down. It's a roll hole.
Vinny, what club are you gonna hit when you tee off on this?
3-iron.
3-iron. Going with the driving iron to tee off when they're up. Carson with the honors, seeing as they birdied.
Yeah, I'm playing for the front edge.
He pipes it.
Not gonna be enough though.
As long as it gets over that bunker.
It's gonna be in the bunker.
It's gonna get nice kicked up.
Well, they're in the bunker, not really a lip to contend with, so that shouldn't be bad. They will have pretty small targets. So you see they only have 2 feet for birdie. And this is a great example for all of you at home too. There's a few of those numbers on the screen that don't have bullseyes under them. Because they're so far away and they're in a hazard, they have a limited selection of targets.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm carrying 220 over the bunker.
Your 8-iron, you were hitting your 7-iron 200. See if Winson can get away with no blood. Not sure if he got it. Didn't quite have enough to get it there. It's a bogey. They're back to even. This is a good chance for Carson, or for Rob and Vinny to strike. All right, guys, you heard it. When Vinny was hanging out up here watching with me, he said he was going to go for a 3-iron. Dicey move. Neither of these teams really looked closely and realized that this is a back pin. And they do have a pretty monstrous carry over that bunker, and that is not going to be good. Vinny with the one-handed follow-through, the Monica Seles grunt. And Rob is going to be chipping 67 yards. That is not where you want it to be. Usually I would have agreed with their going with Vinny on the par 3, but maybe it was just an oversight. Maybe it was inexperience, not knowing just how long this course is going to play going from the tips, but that is a tough one.
That was just a silly error.
Silly error? What's the error?
I think I swung a little too hard.
There. This could become... Oh man, he yanked that one left.
Sit. Sit. Be nice. Be
Man.
nice.
16 yards, not good enough. I was gonna say if he could get it up there close, you'd have a decent target, but he has 3 feet to save par. Call it an opportunity squandered, everybody. We'll see though. Miracles do happen.
We got to keep it close.
Yeah. Vinny going for his tried and true 100-yard target.
What's your name?
Oh, Vinny went for the shorter target. We just got, well, better bogey than double. We did just get all of our targets redialed in here at Dobson Ranch. We lost a bunch of them this monsoon season, and we went ahead and put some new targets out there. Top Tracer was kind enough to come down, measure them all, so everything out there is set up pretty exact compared to what you see on the screen, which is going to make this a lot easier to plan out for all these players. Winson with a smart move there, paying attention to the graph, looking at the mini map to see where the hazards are, and adjusting his aim. It looks like he's going to want to play a fade unless he's planning on hitting a monster carry over this bunker. Oh, and that is mashed potatoes right there, man. Got it up there. Nice gust of wind coming from behind. Will he get over? Unfortunately, right into the middle of the bunker. That's okay. We'll see how Carson handles this one. There's a small chance that there's going to be a lip if he doesn't get it up in the air. Carson doing a smart play, looking at hitting out into the fairway to give Winson a good approach shot. Again, there's a lot of strategy that comes into these shots because you don't want to get within 30-ish yards of the green, which will force you to putt at really small targets. Sometimes in cases like this, the safe play is to lay up to a distance that in this case his partner likes. Then he can get one hopefully close to the pin, and they have a nice big landing zone to save birdie since this is a par 5. Fading a little bit, but that shouldn't hurt them too much. I did hear right before he stepped up that he elected to go with an 8-iron, hit a nice little layup, and it puts Winson in a comfortable 84 yards. Really, really smart heads-up play there. We'll see if Winson can finish this off. This alternate shot format is personally my favorite. I like seeing the teams interacting with each other, talking back and forth about club selection, strategy. So these two, they do work together here at Dobson Ranch, and you can see that that chemistry has already been built up from being stuck in that pro shop day in and day out. A beautifully played shot here by Winson. Up there, nice, beautiful. He put it to 4 yards right there.
Come on.
This is a great example of why you should play this smart. If you guys saw, we do have another video. It is on camera. I went ahead and stroked out on a hole because my pride was so big. I hit it into the water 5 times. Not 4, 5 times. 17 feet is the baseline for his target. Looks like Carson elected to go for a deeper target again. Wow, and something we didn't even realize, these two were getting a stroke. So Carson hit a beautiful shot there, made birdie with a pop. After a tough par 3 for both teams, Carson and Winson came out hot on this par 5. They went and got a natural birdie, and they were stroking. So for everybody out there, because we gave them a handicap to even it out a little bit, they got a birdie. With that stroke, they got an eagle. So that took them from even to 2 under, making it a 3-shot game right now. So that was a really big hole for them. This is, Vinny and Rob really just need to stop the bleeding on this hole. Dude, and that is a good start to it. It's gonna be a little left of the target that they had, but we'll see what this runs into. That was a monster drive with his 3-wood again. Drove it 306 with a slight tailwind. Total rollout 330. This man came to play. They have a good look here.
Yeah, keep it in the range, huh?
Top Tracer trying to tell him he hit it out of the range perimeter too.
Hey, that's gotta be a stroke.
We are not calling that OB. He hit that out the back.
All right, Vinny, short par 4.
Vinny with a 181. I'm willing to bet that he's probably hitting like a 5 or a 6 in there.
We're just doing a 6 hole.
He does have some bunkers that he needs to carry it over, but it is a back pin, so he's got a lot of landing room. I don't know if he went and looked and paid attention to it, but he's a good guy. He's smart, so we'll see how it goes. On a beautiful shot, as long as it's got the distance, that should get a nice land on the front of the green, roll out, hit the pin. Couldn't quite get it. Still, dang. That thing missiled right through the back of the green there. It will be putting, but nowhere near as close as could have been. 3 feet for eagle, but he's also got 14 feet for birdie. Honestly, if they walk away with a birdie at this point, that's good. It's a slight claw back in. These two are the better golfers overall, which is why we gave Carson and Winson the handicap. So all they got to do is play it hole by hole, get 1 stroke at a time.
Sure that one.
Right now it's
Rob looks like he's sizing up the 100-yard target again. Looks like he's got a wedge in his hands, but when you hit the ball as far as this man, that wedge could go 150. You never really know. Looks like it is right on target. He went for that 100-yard shot. Let's see if he could pull a rabbit out of the hat. Oh my God! And this one's for Matt Stanky's out of town. Talk about pressure players between these two. Wow.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Stop the bleeding. They did.
Eagles, Carson. I don't know what's so hard about it.
Oh my goodness.
That's ridiculous.
Carson in disbelief as he walks up. He's got a nice, easy 200-yard par 3. This course is playing massive again since they decided to go from the tips. No forced carry on this one. It's a nice middle pin.
Sorry.
Carson's probably hitting a 7-iron on this one. Oh no, and a tailwind kicked up. He hit a low bullet. That might roll through. Depends where it's gonna land. Wow, he got the long stuff. And I do think he's just on the outside of where the putting game begins. So Winson is actually chipping. Not a bad position to be in when you're in the lead like this. As long as Winson is comfortable, we'll see what kind of touch he's got. Winson, to give you an idea, this post in the middle is 48 yards. So go about 15 short of that. And this is one of the hardest things to pull off in golf and on Top Tracer still. It is uphill, so it's gonna roll more. He's gonna have to get a lot of height.
Gonna pop up the mat. Yeah, like that.
Carson over here, coaching Winson all the way through, giving him the Top Tracer expertise. It's gonna be short. Let's see if it rolls out. You know what? He got it just where he needed it to. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's gonna be a gimme, everybody. That's a tap in for par. Winson delivers. Wow.
Honestly, it is maybe like 170.
170?
Yeah. 170 will land it on the front. It's downhill.
I think for being a physics.
With the wind. God, this is
Professor of
170
physics.
all day.
Rob's saying 170. It's 30 feet downhill. We do have a bit of a tailwind. We'll see if his math adds up.
Well, I want him to land it on the front.
Yep, on the front, let it roll out like that.
Probably hitting a.
He's probably hitting like a 5. He hit a 3.
I think he's going 7 if he's playing at like 170.
Yeah, that's true, actually. If he's playing at 170. Oh, Purina. That one should stop as soon as it lands.
Nicely done, Vinny.
Look at that. What a beautiful shot. Do we have Ace Cam live?
I like when my partner does what I tell him to do.
Good student.
Rob out here being a true captain, coaching his player through it. Both of these teams seem to have some natural chemistry going. We've got 22 feet to get a birdie. I think he'd have to hit the other direction to miss par, so nice, comfortable opportunity here for Rob to get one back, tie it all up. Something, if you had asked me 5 minutes ago, I would not have thought they'd be in this position. Ooh, that one's gonna be short if I had to guess. It's gotta go big time. Oh, missed opportunity there by Rob and Vinny, but still not the worst thing that could happen. So still one down. I believe that's through the first 3 holes, so we're halfway through this match.
512 par 4. Okay.
Chunk it.
I think this is.
512 par 4. Good, we're good.
Yeah, that kind of evens out, dude, because you had a ridiculous eagle. And
That was a
No, that was all on the plans. All on the plans.
All right, so halfway through this match, Carson and Winson are up 1 stroke on Rob and Vinny over here. This is the thing about stroke play, though. You're never really out of it. All it takes is one blow-up hole. That's why you saw Carson playing it smart earlier, just punching out when they were in that bunker trouble. We'll see how Winson does off the tee here. That's okay. Right a little bit. That's a little right. I was at first, I was gonna say I wasn't gonna hit those bunkers, but it looks like, and he's short of it. So not the end of the world, leaving Carson 245 and actually a pretty decent angle in.
Well, go for that.
They're gonna go for it. You know what, the team, they're here to throw punches. He's got wind at the back. It's slightly uphill, but nothing crazy. Yeah, Carson asking if he should use the U-wood or if he should use the 4-iron. With this tailwind and the way that he hits those low bullets, I think a U-wood is going on to the next tee box.
Carson, wait. Are you flying all the way there? Or is your getting better at the bunker right now? That's what I'm saying. So
Look at that.
Move it right.
Some even more great teamwork here. Winson came up, backed his partner off, asked him to adjust the line, asked what his strategy was. Because he's not flying it there, he pulled it. If he hits this one dead straight, he'll go right between those bunkers. Then again, he's got to hit it straight, and that's like the hardest thing to do in golf. Oh, and that's going to be short. It's a layup.
Yeah, it's fun.
We're going to see, though. This is in... Okay, it's not going to get them too close so that they're putting. This could actually work out well for them. We've seen Winson with his wedges right now. He is dialed in, so 81 yards is nothing for Winson with an amazing angle in. Let's see if he can get another tap in. What do you say? That looks good. As long as the wind doesn't catch it and take it. It's a little long, but he's going to stay on the green. That's not the end of the world. It stopped right where it landed. Carson should have an okay look to save par depending on which target he goes for. This is the real big question. Winson with a great showing tonight. Winson, you didn't, no, it was a 4, it was a 500-yard par 4. Winson, when did you start? You started golfing, what, like a year ago?
Yeah, 10 months.
It hasn't even been a year, so Winson, he's got that buttery smooth swing. It hasn't even been a full year. This man has big opportunities here on the UDRC.
I like it though.
Carson
really
goes
like
aggressive at the longer target. It might fade just a hair too much, but we're gonna see. Oh man, if he would have hit that a little bit more pure, he caught it a little fat off the mat here. But still, a bogey just brings him even. Ball is still in Vinny and Rob's court to deliver, to take the lead back here.
That was deep. I really thought we were.
Wait, didn't Rob just tee off?
No, this is par 3 the last hole. Vinny did.
That's right, sure. Unfair. Vinny's getting or Rob's getting all the points. Arto.
Carson acknowledging that there isn't a level of strategy that comes in here. I don't know if Vinny and Rob really meant for it to go this way, but they did plan out almost to a tee. I do think, though, this means Vinny is going to tee off on the next hole, which is a par 5, so maybe not the right play. Oh man, blasted, but he pulled it left. Probably left of the bunkers, honestly. Shouldn't be a lot of trouble. He got an odd kick, but you know what? 200 yards out, leaving Vinny with an interesting shot. I don't know if Vinny's gonna elect to try and fly it to the green. You will have a big bunker to carry and a small green to land on. You know what? This man did not come to lay up. He knows he needs to get a stroke, so he's gonna go for it right now. He trusts himself. Yeah, Vinny's probably hitting a 4 or 5. You think Vinny's going to be able to air this out enough to get it to stop on the green? No, you're not even going to stop him?
Well, he's got to land it in that patch of rough. Otherwise, he doesn't have enough height for the top tracer to pick up the spin that he has to stop it fairly quickly.
It's going to be a little right, too. Got hung up in that bunker. Looking at it from up close too, there does seem to be a back to front slope, so he might have been okay if he could land it on that front edge, but didn't quite have the juice on it. A good example, everybody, of why you might want to lay up here in Top Tracer 2. They went for it. They're obviously putting with an opportunity at birdie, but he's only got 2 feet. I know he pulled a miracle out earlier on that eagle, but asking him to do it twice is a big ask. Going to the trusty blue target. This looks like it starts left. It's not gonna fade back quite enough. All right, it was left, had the distance, no blood on that hole. Here we are, par 5. Yep, so Vinny and Rob actually have the honors. Vinny, arguably the shortest player out here today. You know, the one thing he does know, he is a fairway finder. If he can carry whatever that junk is and get it to the fairway. And I did notice that Carson and Winson are stroking again on this one. So that means Vinny and Rob have to beat them by 1 stroke in order to maintain a tie. Oh, absolutely mashed it just in time for the wind to pick up. It could not have lined up any better for Vinny. This might be the longest drive Vinny's ever hit. Carried it 268, roll, get it to him, get him 295. Let's go. Almost split the hole, dead in half. Vinny, what'd I tell you guys, fairway finder. This man doesn't miss often. We have seen Rob's been hitting his 3-wood about 300 yards on the carry. The question is he gonna go for it, try and land it there, hope it stops? Looks like he is.
Try to cut it in.
Yeah, he's got to hit a cut.
A little back and forth here. Rob, if you guys are new to the channel, Rob is a physics professor. So whenever he talks about math, numbers, or any sort of shot shape, he gets a lot of crap from everybody else. But he delivers, said he wants to hit a little fade.
I'll be okay.
That is going to put them in putting range. So they're there in 2 with an opportunity for eagle, albeit it's going to be a really small one. I think they were banking on, hey, it's a guaranteed par. They have a decent shot at a birdie, which would force Carson and Winson to tie them for the win because they are stroking. Some deliberation going on here between the team, which targets to go for. The 48 is the front one, yeah, and the right cone is the 71. So Vinny having to go for a target he hasn't gone for before. But again, everybody, this is why it pays to get closer to the pin. You see they have a much more reduced target selection. He has 2 feet for eagle if he goes at the farther target.
You're probably only going to have like 8 feet on that, you know? If you just want to play the numbers game, go for the cone. 71.
Shot clock.
No matter what, they're in with the par. Carson over there on the bench calling for shot clock. Vinny electing to go for the 48, and he goes long. It's all right, he walks away with a par, left of the door. Pretty open here for Carson and Winson. We're gonna see how this plays out. That is the one thing about this team is they are less consistent than Rob and Vinny, so there's a chance here. Yeah, exactly. Carson's original nickname was Carson the Balloon Mattoon because he would leave him ballooning way out to the right. Rob and Vinny sitting in the back discussing how they wished it gave you an opportunity to go for the green and reg there. I just say it's teaching you how to play smart golf. Just lay up, as much as that hurts me to say. Ooh, and Carson walks up with a big boy swing. It's a little left, but it should not be any sort of pain. Almost an identical shot here for Winson. Thank goodness for Carson that he did outdrive Vinny. Otherwise, I don't know if he was ever going to live that one down. Let's see what they elect to do. They are stroking. In my opinion, they should lay up, get themselves close. The tie here on this hole is a win for this team, so we're gonna see what they elect to do. A lot of deliberation. I heard him 7, number 7 getting thrown around, so I think they're gonna take me up on that. They're gonna go, he's gonna clear those bunkers, put Carson at a nice comfortable yardage. Carson, what yardage are you hoping to get after this shot from Winson?
I want about 100 yards.
Want about 100 in?
You know, honestly, you're talking about consistency, and I think I played the other day and I hit 2 fairways.
Dude.
So one of those 2 is right now, so I'll take it.
So far, and I asked everybody before to weigh in. So far, both warm-up methods seem to be pretty even. You guys went out and played, what, 4 or 5 holes?
Yeah.
They've been up here on the range grinding. Winson hit a beautiful 7-iron there. Ooh, did leave it in the bunker, but you know what? Again, the bunker's not going to be too tough when you're in the fairway like that, unless we have a lip. Oh, no, this could be tragic right now. When Carson might go for it, and he might hit the lip. If you guys look on your screen with how steep that is right there, if he has a low ball flight, which Carson notoriously does, he could hit that lip. Otherwise, he's gonna have to hit a nice high wedge, almost do a second layup, unless he's got a high 100-yard shot. We'll see what happens here. Okay, and he gets out of the bunker clean. I think everybody held their breath there until we saw the ball go. There it is. Puts it to 4 yards. Another 12-foot putt. They should have big 12-foot target. 17 feet for birdie. All he's got to do is par, so I think this match is as good as over. That was a close one. So using our handicapping method here at the UDRC, we make it fair for everybody. Winson puts it in the center of the driving range, which secures the par. Does he twist the knife and even give a birdie for a net eagle? Look at that. These two strategically went ahead and had good holes when they knew it counted to win by 2 strokes. So 3 under through 6, decent. That is the end of the first match. We still have the net stroke play to come, and then we have a gross match play that's coming up too. So far, Team Carson and Winson, 1-0. So we're here between matches while we get the next one set up. I'm here with Carson, one of the captains in the UDRC's inaugural season. Carson, this is the first time we've had Winson on the show, and what did it feel like playing alongside Winson? It looked like you guys had some good chemistry going.
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
It was good. You know, it was funny. We actually you were talking about the grass warm-up. We just played a match against each other on there. So
who won that match?
Actually, Winson beat me. He beat me by 1 out there. So we got a better understanding of each other's games. We've played each other a couple times.
Yeah.
So to be able to be on a team and play alternate shot, it's easy to coach each other and know what we want in and, both our game styles. It turned out Winson was hitting his driver really well today, and he got to tee off on most of the par 4s. So that helped us a lot for sure.
Yeah, speaking of who was teeing off on which holes, did you guys pay much attention when we did the hole selection and the order to decide who was going to be teeing off on what holes? How much of that was a factor?
I'm going to be honest, it kind of just worked out. We didn't, Winston was like, oh, he'll go first because it was the par 4, and it worked out that I got all the par 3s and he got most of the par 4s. So there kind of was strategy, but we didn't.
Yeah, a little ignorance is bliss there on that one. No, man, that was great. And to wrap it all up, how did you like the alternate shot format? What are the pros? Were there any cons? How excited are you to know that is one of the 3 formats we're going to be using as we head into the UDRC season this year?
I like it a lot. I think it brings in a lot more factor of strategy between the 2 players versus a scramble. You know, in a scramble, you get 2 shots at everything, and the alternate shot, every shot counts.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot more strategy, and there's a lot more risk reward in alternate shot. As you saw, we were discussing laying up or going for it. Scramble formats, you just go for it all the time.
Yeah, always.
And alternate shot, there's a lot more strategy. As we were talking, a lot more stuff out. So I like it. I like the format a lot.
Good, man. Good. No, I got to give you guys all the credit. The way you guys stepped up, called each other off the ball, asked questions like, hey, man, are you going to fly it there? It was really cool to see that and to see such a good score posted. I would probably outshines Rob's actual eagle that he got with that real small target was your guys' team chemistry. It's why you guys got the win. We're going to move in. You guys go figure out who's going to face off against who for the next match. And good luck, man. Looking forward to it.
Fit in the boxes. Stop it, quitting was never an option. It's